Hello. In this video, we're going to look at the matplotlib module. Matplotlib is a versatile plotting library for Python. And while matplotlib has a lot of depth, it also offers us ways to quickly make graphs and charts. There are multiple ways to achieve the same result with matplotlib. Programmers who need more explicit control over their plots may use a more object-oriented approach. In this tutorial, we will be relying on pyplot to help us automatically manage our plots. If you look up other tutorials, you are likely to see both methods implemented. I encourage you to consult the matplotlib documentation when you need assistance. Okay, let's start by making a simple graph. First, at the start of our program, we need to have an import statement. So we're going to import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. That's the common abbreviation for matplotlib. So let's start by creating an array and using the plot function. I'm going to say plt.plot 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the bare minimum you need to make a plot, along with the show function. So plt.plot is going to plot this array, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then show just makes the graph show up. So when I run this code, you'll see if you're using Spider, in the Plots tab, a plot shows up. And it automatically generated the x-axis for us, and it plotted 1, 2, 3, 4 on the y-axis. So we have 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 3, 4 plotted on our chart here. Now, if we want to make good graphs, we will need to add labels to our graphs, and we can use that with the xlabel and ylabel functions. So let's add just a simple xlabel that says x-axis, and a ylabel that says y-axis. Now if I graph that again, you'll see that those labels got added to my axis over here. If we want to graph two series of data, we can add a second array to the plot function. So let's say I want to graph 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those will be my x values, and then for my y values, I'll graph 0, -1, 4, -9, 16. So here's that plot, and it is automatically scaled for us, and it plotted the x values along the bottom, the y values along the y-axis. If we want our axes to be scaled a certain way, we can use the axes function to set that up. So let's do that now. So plt.axis. We enter an array here that has the two x values we want, so 0 and 5, and then the two y values we want, -10 and 20. So let's graph this now. So now you see my x-axis goes from 0 to 5, and my y-axis from -10 to 20. The plt.plot function also takes a third argument that controls the color and style of the plot. For example, let's go back and add the string RO. This will plot red dots. So the first character controls the color, and the second character controls the style. So if I plot this, I now get just red dots where each of these points are. There's a complete list of these strings, these colors, and these styles in the documentation for matplotlib. Matplotlib can also be used in conjunction with NumPy arrays. So let me import NumPy. And then I'm going to create an array using the linspace function. And this function just creates an array that starts at 0, counts by 1s, and ends at 50. Then I'm going to use this array to create multiple plots on the same chart. So let me go ahead and get rid of this. And I'm going to say plt.plot x, x, and then b dash. So what this will do is it will plot 0 to 50 on the x-axis, 0 to 50 on the y-axis, and that will make a blue dotted line there, a blue dashed line. Then let's plot x and x squared as red dots. And then we'll plot x and x cubed as green triangles. And I'm going to go ahead and remove this axis. We'll let it do the axis automatically. All right, so if I plot that, so this just scaled it from 0 to 1. So I apologize, I misspoke earlier. Linspace creates an array that goes from 0 to 1 with 50 points between 0 and 1. So you can see those 50 points here as either triangles or dots, or this is just a regular blue line. So that is a very basic intro to Matplotlib. Matplotlib has many other functions and features you can use, and I invite you to take a look at the documentation and explore those as you need to make charts and graphs in Python.